I would say very good morning. It's raining outside in Singapore. And this is, for the first time, probably, I'm going to break the notion that healthcare is boring and healthcare is not about money. Healthcare is about ethical money. And whenever we talk about healthcare, I have seen most of the people think, now we will have slides related to radiology, cardiology. No, probably healthcare was the first to start with, blockchain. How many of you know that fact? Healthcare was the first in the industry to apply blockchain. And that is where the patient data security, movement of slides from a machine to anywhere, any part in the world happened, and then you were taken care. So largely when we talk of healthcare, I have seen, the energy goes to 50% if it was 100% in the room. Because people think now there is a professor from any of the universities, without naming any one of them, is going to bore me for next 10 minutes with a lot of knowledge which might not be so applicable. But let me take you through a journey. Probably this next 10 minutes is going to make you understand why healthcare is a $1 trillion industry today. Where we stand when it comes to, having, probably I would not need much of slides, but anyways, I'll try to use slides as the protocol is to keep you bored as well. But making sure that we talk much today than just I speak. Generally I have seen keynotes in my life. This would be maybe my 500th or 1000th talk. What I've seen is generally we speak without thinking what you are thinking. And when I look at your face, I think it's very precious and important time that you are spending with us. The very important aspect what we are touching today is where the whole world is talking about artificial intelligence and blockchain. And why blockchain? Is blockchain only limited to cryptocurrency? No. Is NFT only limited to the pictures and the artifacts that we are selling? The answer is no. Do you know when the whole world was down with COVID-19, the data that we generated from different parts of the world through blockchain technology helped us to design vaccine to save the world? This is the power of blockchain, which is so much proven in healthcare. Imagine a $1 trillion industry, inevitable industry, having so much of power. And we don't even talk about it. Why? Because of ignorance. So today I'm going to be more interactive with you because I've got 10 minutes, out of which I have spent 4.5 minutes in just making you understand that we are here to build an industry which is already existing. So building something on the top of something which is well established for more than a century, using a technology that was in tits and bits there. If you see today, healthcare had blockchain in radiology applied probably for last 2 decades. We didn't understand that blockchain is nothing but a new name to something which was very applicable for years and ages. Now I will start, oh seriously, I've got my picture here. I would say, this is the data I got from a newspaper yesterday, 55% of healthcare will use blockchain by 2025. And we are in middle of 2023, right? So that means after 1.5 years, a $1 trillion industry is going to have 55% equity share for blockchain. Isn't it fascinating for people who are the tech developers, the users? This is what the future is all about. This is where the industry will speak to you and to all those, coders who are sitting and the traders who are sitting back in any part of the world. You don't need to be in any specific country to be part of this industry. That's the power that we want to bring today in this room when you all have, just come here with an hope that today I'm going to get back something fresh, something new. Looking at the next slide, which I have just prepared to make sure that when we are talking, you must know what I'm going to address today. The supply chain management, this looks so boring, but is so important in healthcare. Healthcare suffers from counterfeit drugs. Who can solve the problem? Blockchain. We need to track it from the source to the consumer, and that tracking can happen with this robust technology. And believe me, we already have started doing it for the devices because they're very expensive. But for the drugs that you will take from a pharmacy, especially in developing nations, this is the biggest contribution that a blockchain can give back to the industry of healthcare, and healthcare will give you billions of dollars back. This is what you look for, right? When we talk about crypto, what do we talk about? Money. When we talk about blockchain, what do we talk about? Money. This is direct money. This translates into money same day. So imagine our boring industry, which is so important when we go to the hospital for our near and dear ones or for ourselves, also connects the most advancement and the best of the world in one go. The second is, digital records, which looks so boring, but it's so important. Our digital records only gave us so much of data to develop vaccines, and we could do something in 1.5 years that generally takes 15 years. And that was the example of COVID-19 vaccine I'm talking about. Again, on blockchains, you have to justify and verify data. Why blockchain, people can ask? Why can't I share my data directly? You need to verify the source, and also you need to anonymize the source. You don't want to reveal the patient's identity. This too happens in one go on this new technology. And I've been practicing technology for 15 years. We have developed n number of equipments, n number of protocols, firmware, softwares. Being into healthcare, understanding bioinformatics end to end, I can tell you, this is nothing less than blessing for the industry, where you cannot evade a situation. COVID was not, evitable for us. We had to address it. Everyone was dying. Was anyone talking about crypto at that point in time? No. People were thinking, if I survive. So that solution, if we work together from today onwards, imagine the industry you guys represent. This is nothing less than, your fairy tale if you were talking about this 20 years back. But today, every article is around blockchain-enabled healthcare, AI-enabled healthcare. So these digital records are going to be the biggest asset because they lead to the NFT opportunity. A person can sell his data without selling his name to the biggies like pharmaceuticals and technology companies and develop non-fungible tokens based on their healthcare attributes. This can include genomic data as well as physiological data. And this data is so important, so powerful, that 95% of the pharmaceutical company involved in R&D based product development would be your permanent customer forever. And imagine the data that you were throwing in the garbage bin yesterday is becoming gold for you. And that is already proven fact. You need a patient consent while using the data to develop a product, isn't it? Now, why don't we make it an NFT? Anyone and everyone can go through a platform that you guys develop and can buy or sell data depending on their user case. The power of healthcare is immense, I'm telling you, but the power of blockchain is going to be equally important. Because this is not something which is going to be just for gaming industry. This is not going to be just for something where we all sit and talk, what next? No, the next is here. Then we have been wearing this IoT device. Sorry, I'm not wearing it today, but I wear it every day. You wear any Apple Watch or Samsung Watch or any number of brands there. Do you know you download an app without understanding what that app had, and the app takes your healthcare data. And then that data is sold to anyone and everyone, right? You need a blockchain mechanism to block it. The data has to go to only destined person, the person who is authorized to receive your data and take inference out of it. And for that, you can actually get rewarded. The company that is making you download the app gives you the information what they're going to do with your information. And if you are following a certain lifestyle, they can reward you with that. So blockchain also becomes B2B and B2C in healthcare, wherein B2B, yes, it is serving the pharmaceuticals and a number of players, but in B2C, it is giving consumer power to control his data getting generated from his IoT devices, his healthcare data coming from the clinics and hospitals, and translating that into dollar and money and forcing him to adopt for a healthy life. If somebody is doing and performing, health every day, like start with yoga, is eating well, he is jogging, he is walking, he should be rewarded. How would you reward him? NFTs. How would you reward him? Monitor him through your blockchain. Take everything, every minute detail with his consent without revealing his identity. So if you see, I have covered 1, 2, 3, 4, but I have left the middle one intentionally because that is what you have been doing forever in blockchain. Credential verification. Today we don't know when we go to a doctor if he is qualified for my thoracic scan or not. Or if he is qualified cardiologist, he's a doctor, but is he a qualified cardiologist? Or a patient that is selling me a data and saying that this is my data is coming from that patient because he's a habitual seller now. He just kept selling his data to n number of companies. How do I verify? Again, NFT comes into picture. So if you see, we act as a locker and a verifier because every block gets verified independently, right? It's a decentralized system. Now, last but not the least, we know every third or fourth day we hear news that this centralized healthcare system was followed by this country and that got hacked and they lost all their data, including Sri Lankans that lost their data recently. If that was on a blockchain, imagine. How would you take away all the data? It's not centralized, it is decentralized. Applicability, applications, and security, everything goes massively better with blockchain. I would try to finish in next 1 minute or 30 seconds with a single request to all of you who are the best coders. Please try to address these challenges. The only challenge that healthcare data has is it's massive. It's huge because you're dealing with the world. You're dealing with one and everyone. If you can handle it, if you can put AI into blockchain properly to segregate the bigger data versus smaller data and then utilize it for pharmaceuticals, rewarding the customers, rewarding the people who are following a lifestyle suggested, I think there is $1 billion check on your table today. There's $1 billion check on your table today because you have to practically do it. It is all proven to a level that you just go and Google these 3 words, AI, blockchain, healthcare. Don't write anything, please. AI, blockchain, healthcare. You have $1 billion check for n number of companies, not for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. You can be a startup tomorrow. So, at Nordic, like the blockchain company where we all are part of, if you see, we are very much focused and committed. The team is working day and night, ensuring that at the end of the day, when the blockchain, it's not going to be a monopoly, by the way, we would love you to be part of the journey. End of the day, when you see this happening, you will see yourself part of one of the equity holders making blockchain the biggest success, not just in healthcare, but in your own lives because you are part of healthcare. Thank you so much.